Hello, and welcome to the 54th episode of Salt Plays Sunless Sea. I'm starting my way home. My notes so far, the Admiralty does not want me to go to Port Cecil anymore, because I just did that. I'm going to wait to cross that out, though. The Gracious Widow wants me to go to Visage. I should actually leave it where I am. The sigil-ridden navigator wants an outlandish artifact in Frost found to continue his story. The merchant venturer wants 7 lamentable relics or 7 dark drop coffee. I have 1 lamentable relic right now. The Naker's outcast went to port. Oh, great. Okay, let me do this really quickly. Burning blue, a hiss of horror from the lookout. The glim lamp at the front of the ship is sputtering and arcing, fizzing with blue light. Even as you watch, the blue fades, but it's not a good omen. I'm going to attempt... How many Z stories do I have? I only have 1. I'm going to attempt to calm them. Light meets dark. The darkness of the Neath is more than the absence of light. It's a physical presence which distorts the shape of the world. Your light melts the darkness, restores sanity to the world. You explain something of this to your sailors. It's not the first time they've heard it, but they seem slightly less nervous. Okay. The Naker's outcast helped me get a bunch of stuff in Port Cecil. Bunch of Scintillac last episode. There's a list of things that it seems like the Scintillac itself wants. And I also have Salt Lion / Wither written down. I've been saying this. I'm not sure what that means. And also it wants a strange catch to continue talking to it. Maybe's daughter's mother is either in the Isle of Cats or Naples. The spies in Khan's heart want an agent. The chronicler of the Turtle One, the Chilenate, wants Glory's death, or the story of Glory's death, on History's beach. I need a bunch of Foxfire candles to explore the Nocturne. I also want Foxfire candles to explore here in Godfall. The Genial Magician, I have written down Serpent Image, Iram, Venderbite, and I don't remember what that means. I simply don't. And the Tireless Mechanic needs a Clayman. So, with that, off we go. My route right now is I'm heading down towards Polythreme, and then I think I'll go south this way, and then up around. I don't want to kill them, but maybe I will. I don't want to kill them, but I did say that this character is a dick, so... Alright, we have destroyed the unfinished pirates. Fragments of clay are littered across the deck. They crunch underfoot like potsherds. Unfinished men do not surrender. Investigate the hold. What treasure did these villains take? cache of curiosities, an intriguingly lumpy sack. Souls. A sad little chain of bottled souls. It's hard to be sure if souls have eyes, but when these ones emerge from the sack into the light, they turn their blindly questing faces towards you in what seems like excitement, and then all at once relax. Disappointed or relieved? Interesting. I don't... Well, you can... Huh. I've never paused this game before. Wild. I just do that. Huh. The more you know, I suppose. Polythreme. Here is screaming. Taciturn claymen, evasive clothes colonies walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot. On the hills above, a palace villa of marble, but even that rides like buried bones in an earthquake. I'm going to start with carry claymen to London. And then I'll gather intelligence. I think that's all that I want to do. Yeah. I wish I could have, like, a Clayman officer. I think that would be cool. Okay. Headed towards the Melting Isles. Oh, at the very end of the last episode, I said I'm starting a campaign of the TTRPG Heart the City Beneath, which is, I'm excited. It's a horror TTRPG, and I think my character rocks, and in ways that you're not necessarily supposed to get attached to heart characters. I am excited about what he might do, they might do. I haven't decided on pronouns yet. Okay, let me get back to that. Mangrove College. The wise and the wicked seek sanctuary here, where the fruits are plenty and the woods wild. Let's pick up a passenger. Checkered character. Compile this port report. Let's see what I can do with something awaits you. Is I can eat, drink, and be merry, gather supplies, unpick the mysteries of other lands, or go beachcombing. I'm going to gather supplies because I feel like I'm a little worried about how many supplies I have. You don't have time to stop and rest, but you can gather plenty of supplies. The college members will grumble, but there's enough to go around. 6 supplies. Nice. I think that's all I want to do. Yep. So they are, if you don't know Heart the City Beneath, it's, like I said, a horror game. It's based on it's called the Resistance system, which was built for its prequel game called Spire, which is like a story of revolution. This one is a horror nope, not a podcast. Like I've said like 5 times. It's like a D10 based system. That's not important. What's important is that to build your character, you have pauses to get port reports. I'm gonna buy 10 supplies here. No, that's... Okay. So to build your character, you have a call and a class. I think the word is class. And the call is like your character's reason for adventuring, and their class is the things that they can do. So I'm going to be playing a the call is called Forced, and the class is called Incarnadine. Once again, I have to pause to play that game that I'm actually playing. Khan's Heart, London's Rival. I'm gonna start with fulfilling my spy's needs to improve my network, give them this diplomatic agent. Oh, I have the ability to increase my veils. Oh, my veils is only at 49. Goddamn. Okay. Increase my veils. That's so bad. How did I let my veils be that bad? Oh my god. Veils plus 8, veils plus 3. No veils plus 3. Iron. Okay, I guess that's just the veils that I can have. I can't believe I let them be that far behind. Okay. Well, we'll try this, and it might go badly. Yep. No word. The agent disappears into the teeming streets of Khan's Glory like a beetle into leaf mold. You wait, and wait, and wait. And I need... They need a diplomatic agent or a blessing. Interesting. Needs my own attention. Well. Let's fulfill their... No, I can't fulfill their needs. Oh, nothing looks right because I don't have, something awaits you. Okay, do I have drowning pearls? I only have 3. I don't think that's enough. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. Since I can't, like, Pigmont's Isle is cut off to me, I'm going to go 1 level south here. Instead of north. Okay. My heart character. I'm playing Forced Incarnadine, so forced means that they are being forced to do it by another influence. Something or someone is forcing them, slave-like, to go do this. Oh, while I'm here, hello Visage, I should check out the Isle of Cats, see if Maybe's daughter is there. Somebody is forcing them to do all of this. And they... Incarnadine is a class that basically your backstory is you got in a whole lot of debt. So much debt that you garnered the attention of Incarn, the Crimson God of Debt. And they have a bunch of interesting moves related to, like, foisting stuff off on other people a little bit, although that's a little bit more the forced thing because they don't want to be there. But related to, like, incurring and collecting debts. Come on, get closer to me. Based on incurring and collecting debts and, like, the kinds of, like, flavorful protections and, like, watchfulness that debt collectors and people in debt have, and also the like big like experiences of like being very rich, that I think it's kind of assumed that you have gambling debts. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna go with for this character. Let's investigate this wreckage, rescue the pirate poet, do the familiar dance, get some prisoners honey. Nice. I think, like I said, this character might be in gambling debts, but I'm not sure if that's what I want them to do. Really, I don't have a lot of backstory made up for them right now, but one of the sort of the basic cycle of play in Heart is going on delves between havens. Okay, let me just really quickly just do this. Yay! Okay. Help Maybe's daughter search for her mother. She comes here, I know. She's always been fond of cats. Well, my father was something of a cat, and a very noble one at that. She was here last week, but you follow the daughter's stunned gaze. A woman in a lilac gown leans in the doorway of a honey den. Her features bear an unmistakable resemblance to your officer's. We should talk, she says to the daughter, quite calmly. The daughter assembles the rags of her composure with remarkable speed. Excuse us, she says. Maybe a mother. The daughter leaves with the woman in lilac. You see nothing of them for the rest of the night. But in the morning the daughter returns, her eyes bright with purpose. Show me your tattoo, she demands. The Wheel of Mists. You mean this? Oh, I've seen that one before. That's Clatherman's work, isn't it? I bet they told you we are not the messenger, but the message. Well, you're the message today. The daughter's grin is not quite sane. My mother forged an alliance with the bazaar. That's how she came to learn the great signs, the tattoos no one wears. We must return to London. That is, please, can we return to London? Please, we must find Penstock, who watches the secret wicket gate of the bazaar. She wants to visit Penstock in London. Interesting. That night, you walk beside a river of serpents, through green and fervid jungle, beneath an orange sun. In the company of a tiger, it watches you with weary, humorous eyes. Speak with the tiger. I understand you've become involved in my daughter's intrigues. Well, you look like the sort who can take care of yourself, but let me repay you as best I may. Parabolan panther. Tiger tails. This cat walks in the mirror marches at the edge of dream. Consequently, it sees many and curious things through the mirrors. It shares them with you as you walk with it beside the writhing river. When you wake, you remember them clearly. I got strategic information, a memory of distant shores, another secret. Seems like that's all of it. Okay. I'm gonna spend these secrets. I'm gonna spend them all on veils. I don't understand how they're so low. Okay. I'm not gonna do anything else on the Isle of Cats or on Visage. Actually, wait. I do. Don't do that. I do want a port report here. Forgot about that. Compile a port report. And compile port report in Visage. Okay. Highly. The basic structure of Heart is that you go on delves between havens. Delves are like when you go into the twisted horror landscape, and havens are places that people live full time. And one of the like big things that some Incarnadine can do. Oh, can I not get a port report here without? Oh, I can. Okay. One of the things that some Incarnadines, including mine, can do is set up trade networks, I guess they are. They're sort of like, you're a priest of this god of debt, and so you're setting up shrines to the god of debt across the place that Heart takes place in. So my character, in addition to being like a person in debt who is a debt collector for this god of debts, is also being forced to like create this. That's the fucking eye. Yep. Hello. The Untersee shore is restless. Terrible. There's seriously no islands here. Okay. So, in addition to being forced to be like a debt collector for this god, sorry I'm repeating myself so much, I have to stop like every 30 seconds. They are being forced to create this series of shrines to this god across the whole heartland, across the whole everywhere that's affected by the heart. The heart is, in addition to being the name of the game, is the like driving force of the horror. Anyways, I'm very excited about this. I don't know very much about the other player characters yet because we haven't had a session 0, but I am hyped for my concept, and I'm confident that you guys will be hearing more about it as I go. Oh my god, my cool little horror guy. Okay, we're at the Utter Shroom. Climb the fungal fiber ladders to its summit. Shaggy, suspicious villagers scratch a living here, amidst endless clouds of spores and scurrying mobs of plant-animal hybrids. None of them ever leave. Monsters, one explains darkly. Z, full of monsters. Let's start with trading honey for blimigans. Do I get 6 blimigans for this honey? I might. I have space. Trade honey. Honey, a shroomer explains. Everyone wants honey. Life on the Utter Shroom is unvarying and occasionally deadly poisonous. The shroomers are desperate for the diversion that prisoners' honey can bring, but vague about what they can pay in return. Supplies, though, at least. Blimigans. The shroomers pile up slabs of sweet mauve sweet mauve shroom flesh. It's nourishing, although it does taste rather like muddy horse. They also generously throw in a blemigan, a whistling eyeless mobile fungus thing. Problems? Throw it in C. No room? Throw it in C. She shrugs. Probably at swim. If not, plenty of room in C. And then I'm going to gather some intelligence, get the support report, visit the village. A day of stories. The central contradiction of shroomer existence. They hate the Utter Shroom, but they'd do anything to avoid leaving. Monsters! Today, they're telling the story of how they came here. It features a shipwreck, a rain of orange jewels, the mother's blessing. There's a great deal about adversity and survival, and wistful hints about their homeland. Somewhere to the west. I already know what happens if I encourage my Blimigan Calivanter to explore, so off I go. Anyways, I think you guys will be hearing more about that Heart character, because I'm excited for them to be. Yep. I've listened to a one-shot of Spire, which is the prequel to Heart, GM'd by one of the guys who wrote it, which was weird and fun, and I think not really that specific one shot I think was not the vibe that he was going for with the game that he wrote, but it's fine because it's a fun one shot. And I've also listened to a whole season of an actual play podcast that played Heart, called Friends of the Table. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned them on this show before. Yes, I have. I've definitely mentioned Friends of the Table before. Heart, really good. If you want to listen to some horror, check out Friends of the Table Sang Fiel. It's totally encapsulated, like a bunch of their other stuff is interconnected with previous seasons. Sang Fiel right now is just its own thing, and it's really fun. And if you like this sort of thing, you might like that. I can talk about it more if you want me to, but I need to play this game. Iron Republic, Hell's client state. Be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic, freedom from all laws, even those of nature. I'm gonna put a Blimmigan ashore. How will nature fare in a place which defies its laws? Fungal horror. The Blimmigan spins boldly down the gangplank. It seems startled when it meets itself on the quay twice. Its duplicates bob solicitously, like ambassadors greeting their peers, and continue past it up into your ship. The first Blimmigan vanishes into the crowd. The other two peer up at you as if to say, "Are we quite finished here?" Let's get this port report. See if there's anything interesting in the shops. I guess I could buy 10 of these. Anyways, if you guys want to hear me talk about Sang Fiel more, I gladly will, because it's really good. But I don't want to just go off about it here without people being like, yes, that sounds like a fun thing to listen to. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not a fan cast. I'm a guy playing a video game. Although, you know, a guy playing a video game can be a Friends of the Table fan cast if you want. A not insignificant number of the people I've introduced this channel to have been through Friends of the Table related modes, so probably many of you know about it already, which is another reason that I'm kind of avoiding talking about it, because I don't want to just be like, here's me talking about Pikmin, the character that you guys have already heard a billion hours of, although she is wondrous. Anyways, I'm excited for this game. Okay. Cumaean Canal staging area. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface, from a brighter sea. Okay, sorry, my headphone aux cable's making funny noises. Let's put a Blimmigan ashore. Is there anywhere for it to grow? No soil, no rot. This place is stone and iron. Even Blimmigans cannot set root here. Okay. Gather a port report. Listen for surface gossip. Ooh. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary, half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here, you trade stories with suntanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the Lost Fires, and the Final Isles. I'm not going to go up above. I keep pressing E too many times. It's like the 5th time I've done that this recording session. We're almost done, though. Any other fun stuff to talk about? We harvested a ludicrous, I do mean ludicrous, amount of tomatoes from the garden today. We have... Oh god, how many tomato plants do we have? I'm gonna attempt to calm them. How many tomato plants do we have? We have 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 to 17 tomato plants that we're growing this year. Oh, right. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna put a Blimmigan ashore. I wonder what that does. A soggy kingdom. It scuttles gleefully into the twisty streets, climbs a wall, and roots in a sodden thatch. It clicks its beak happily. And I'll make a port report. And then off we go. We have at least 15 tomato plants. We might have 18. I might be forgetting a few. There are a lot of tomato plants, and it is tomato season, so we harvested a ridiculous amount of tomatoes today. We don't have a habit of like weighing our harvests, but it was a lot. I have a small like an average size sort of Easter basket that I usually use for harvesting, and I think there was at least 4 of those of tomatoes today. Okay, the Revenue Men. Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today, they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. I'm going to let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. Vexed and frustrated, they roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last, they leave. I'm gonna collect messages from the harbor master. And, ooh, a visit to the bazaar. She's down to the gangplank as soon as she's docked. I need to talk to Penstock, she says. The land agent, the one at the bazaar. She hesitates. She bites her lip. Will you come with me? I'm going to go with her. Penstock's Land Agency, a modest office in an immodest location, hard against the eastern flank of the bazaar, that spired fortress of commerce that towers over London. You've met Penstock before. He gives you a long, hard look, then turns his attention to the daughter. The Sundered Sea. There is another sea beneath the bazaar, Penstock declares. A paler sea. Yes, I would imagine you might make the bargain your mother made. Yes, I helped her go down there, but she took a terrible chance even then. And the bazaar is not well, not now. Another hard stare at you. Are you certain? The Penstock's wicket. The daughter follows Penstock back into the shop to a readily lit grotto hollowed from the bazaar's carapace. A heavily chained cage lift awaits you there. It must descend into the most secret spaces of the bazaar. Penstock's wicket, she says. He has an understanding with the bazaar. He let my mother pass through long ago to make her bargain. Now I will follow. Is that really such a terribly good idea? We can either discourage her from passing through the wicket, or let her go down under the bazaar. I'm a fan of letting people do what they want to do, so I'm going to let her go down under the bazaar. I want to match my mother, she says reasonably. I want to learn the great signs. The courier, the bazaar, is the only one who will teach me. I have to go. A long and sorrowful wait. The lift descends rattling into the darkness and is gone. You wait. At last, Penstock comes to lead you away by the arm. I have to close up now, he says. It's almost midnight. You won't see her again. He looks up at the place where the bazaar's carapace meets the ceiling. The bazaar. She's not cruel, but she's not kind either. I'm sorry, citizen. You won't see your officer again. Alright, let me make sure that she's... Yeah, okay. I've also, while I was doing all of that, remembered that I need to not press E too many times. Oh my god. I need to do the sunlight thing with, nope, the mirrorcatch dream snakes over here. Just real quick. Okay, Hunter's Keep. A quiet isle. A grand old house. Put a Blimmigan ashore. Why can't I... There we go. Okay, visit the cellar. We will need, the mechanic tells the sister, to visit your sub-cellar. Oh, that nasty place? Lucy says airily, a little hastily. Yes, we will take you down there, she smiles. But we'll need stories. Something alarming for Cynthia, a Z story for Phoebe, and a tale of distant places for me. Beneath Hunter's Keep. The sisters listen with delight to your stories and unlock the cellar door for you. The key is so heavy that Cynthia can only lift it with both hands. We won't go in, she says. We don't go in. The signs on the stones have a Kaganian look. In the deepest sub-cellar, your candles illuminate a litter of tumbled stones, the remnants of a temple. The pool at the cellar's center is almost dry. The remaining water there seethes oddly in the candlelight, as if it were near boiling, but it's quite cool to the touch. The writhing river flows near here, the mechanic remarks, one of the tributaries of Dream. I hope it doesn't touch the well those poor girls drink from. My enemies find me when I sleep, but this water will attract my enemies to this poor fellow. He bends to dip his hand in the water and sketches a sign on the clay man's forehead. The man watches him stolidly. The mechanic hands him the mirror-catch box. Hold this, he says. Keep it open. Don't let go, no matter what happens. The clay man's huge hands enfold the box. There, the mechanic says, turning to you. A serpent trap. Now I can sleep. I can finally sleep. He smiles. And then I think I may be able to offer you something rather interesting. I'm not going to take luncheon. They don't have any shops, so off we go. Okay, let me do the thing with the mechanic before we get back into London. Sorry, just bumped my mic. Allow the mechanic to enjoy his sleep. It might be messy, he warns you. Could you have a couple of strong sailors standing by? Tell them to snap the box shut when the trouble begins. He holds up a bottle of laudanum. I will be sleeping deeply. A certain amount of excitement. When nothing seems to be happening, you take to your own bunk, but a roar from the clay man brings you sprinting back to the mechanic's cabin. You fling open the door. The man's eyes seethe with Viric flame. It's struggling against the efforts of the sailors to restrain it. As you rush to assist, it flings one sailor off, but the other manages to snap the box closed. Instantly, the man goes stiff, a lifeless clay statue. The Viric glow now pulsates from the box. In the bunk the mechanic sleeps on, his face wreathed in dreamy smiles. He will sleep so until morning. You learnt that the mechanic stole a secret from the dreams of the stone pigs. And then I will ask the mechanic to explain exactly what the hell is going on. Well, it's like this. I stole a secret from the Echo Bazaar with the help of the Finger Kings. You know, the serpents who rule Dream. Then I reneged on the Finger Kings. Don't look at me like that. Would you rather I'd given them the secret? Pigs of stone. I talked about engines all the time. I'm sure you've noticed. And I dream about them. I found myself dreaming of the stone pigs. I don't entirely understand still, but they're how the bazaar travels between stars. Did you know they did that? And they sleep, so the Finger Kings can crack their dreams open. So the Finger Kings recruited me. I found a secret in those dreams, an engine like the Z's never seen. Oh, Captain, let me build it for you. You won't be sorry. But there are some things I'll need. I know. Isn't it always the way? Okay. Good thing I'm approaching the end of things. I'm going to go deeper into the nightmare. Okay. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. Nothing to hide. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as thoroughly as they would like. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit. Get a breath of relief to reduce my terror by 1. Sorry, collect some messages. See, the first thing I want to do is, I think I want to make the strategic informations into vital intelligence. Provide the vital intelligence over here. Then, alright, get agents. Pass on this strategic information. Get my new assignment from Wither. Okay. Do port reports. Okay. Um, do I already have the Scion? I don't remember what that would be. I do. Okay. Oh, Scintillac. Okay. 105 Echo for Scintillac. Neat. It makes admirable jewelry, she explains, but exceptional tea. Two of the market's horse-masked attendants help her wheel the box away. Okay. Anything else here? I believe I can make an heirloom. I could almost make a shrine to stone. Interesting. Yes, I can make an heirloom. Okay. I don't have anything to do here. I don't have anything to do there. I'll deliver these clay men. Get a new recruit. Engage a Zaylor. Fix my boat. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that. There we go. Now I will. Is there anything I want to sell here? I am going to sell this Stygian ivory and all of this Scintillac. I think I'm also going to sell the crate of human souls. That's it. Okay. And then I'm going to fill up on supplies and a few flares and then more supplies. Okay. I believe with that, I'm done with this episode. So, thank you very much for watching this, the 54th episode of Salt Play Sunless Sea. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.